Welcome, dear Sagittarius souls, both longtime cosmic wanderers and fresh-faced truth seekers, to Zodiac Talks Tarot, a channel where astrology doesn't just read your stars, it psychoanalyzes them, hugs them gently, and then occasionally roasts them with loving sarcasm. Whether you've been riding this galactic wave with me for years or you just stumbled in after Googling, "Why am I obsessed with my ex during Mercury retrograde?" I'm honored to have you here. This isn't just tarot. It's soul work, Sagittarius style, fiery, fearless, and just a little bit philosophical. Now, let's dive into the divine drama of your life for the week of June 16 through 22, 2025, a time that, for the chosen ones like you, marks a very real turning point in this year of triumph. Now, I know the moment I say the word patience, half of you are already rolling your eyes and looking for the exit. Don't lie. You're a Sagittarius. You live in the fast lane of the Zodiac. You've got places to go, arrows to shoot, truths to blurt out before anyone asked for them. And yet brace yourself, this week, you're being called to slow down. Yes, you heard that right. Pause. Breathe. Don't run. This is not a trap. It's a spiritual invitation. Because here's the real cosmic joke: when a Sagittarius learns to sit still, the universe throws confetti. You're not surrendering your spark. You're simply aligning with something greater. This week, it's not about chasing love, or money, or that one email you swore would change your life. It's about realizing that the universe is on its own timeline and it doesn't care how many vision boards you've made. And let me tell you, when you stop trying to microwave your manifestations, something sacred happens. You shift. You elevate. You become the version of you that your future self is already applauding. So, Sagittarius, instead of sprinting toward destiny with untied shoelaces, maybe try walking barefoot, soul first, and just a little more curious about what the present moment has to offer. Because sometimes the magic isn't in the next thing. It's in this pause. And knowing you, you'll probably turn that pause into a full-blown revelation. Classic Sagittarius. Let's take a moment, Sagittarius, to talk about one of the most misunderstood cards in the major arcana, the Hanged Man. Now, I know that name alone might make your inner fire sign want to bolt for the door, but stick with me here. This card isn't about punishment or being stuck in cosmic limbo. No, this is spiritual strategy at its finest. The Hanged Man is the yogi of the tarot deck. He voluntarily flips his perspective upside down, hangs there like a cosmic bat, and asks life's most uncomfortable but necessary questions: what's no longer working? What needs to shift? And am I brave enough to pause before I pounce? And you, dear Sagittarius, have been doing just that. You've paused not because you're weak or lost, but because something, or someone, felt off. Maybe it's a relationship that no longer sings in your key. Maybe it's a job that once lit your fire but now just burns you out. Or maybe it's a version of yourself you've outgrown. And rather than sprinting forward, your usual MO, you did something radical. You stopped. You took a breath. You stepped back. But here's the kicker: you didn't spiral. You observed. You watched. You took the emotional binoculars and scanned the terrain of your life, not with judgment, but with curiosity. That, my friend, is what real spiritual growth looks like, not the fireworks, but the silence in between the noise. And let me just say, Buddha would be proud. Now, let's talk about the not-so-fun part of this enlightenment journey: toxic energy. Oh yes, we're going there. Because somewhere in your orbit is someone who, let's just say, is not exactly a ray of sunshine. We're talking full-on energy leech, emotional vampire, drama magnet, pick your term. You've felt it. That heaviness in the room when they walk in. The way your gut tightens when their name shows up on your phone. That's not intuition overreacting. That's your nervous system sending out flares. And this week, the stars are giving you a cosmic permission slip to cut the cord. Not with anger. Not with revenge. Just a clean, clear, spiritually mature no more. This is the kind of boundary that whispers, I love myself too much to stay in this pattern. You're not ghosting, you regrowing. Even better, we're in a waning moon phase, which in astrological timing is like Marie Kondo for the soul. Release what doesn't spark joy, peace, or purpose. Clear the clutter physically, emotionally, digitally if you must. It's time to reclaim your energy. And no, you don't owe anyone an essay about it. Sometimes, the highest form of healing is walking away quietly and lighting incense on your way out. So, Sagittarius, this isn't about drama. This is about Dharma. And right now, your spiritual path is calling for less chaos, more clarity and the courage to choose yourself. Alright, Sagittarius, buckle up, because this part of your reading takes a sharp, juicy turn. Imagine you're cruising through your week, minding your elevated, evolved, hanged man business, when suddenly plot twist someone out there is completely obsessed with you. I'm not talking they liked your vacation photo kind of interest. I'm talking about someone who's spiritually, and possibly algorithmically, glued to your every move. An ex? Maybe. A lingering situationship? Could be. Or someone who's turned your Instagram stories into their personal Netflix series. Highly likely. Either way, the obsession is real. Now, let's be clear, it's probably not dangerous. But it is draining. And you, Sagittarius, are too divinely lit to be offering your sacred energy as a buffet to emotional vampires. You're the sign of expansion, freedom, philosophy. You weren't built to carry the weight of someone else's unresolved attachment. If something feels off, manipulative, or just plain weird, trust your gut. Your intuition may not come with neon lights, but it does know how to tap you on the shoulder with cosmic clarity. Remember, as one of the chosen ones in this year of triumph, your energy is precious real estate. You don't entertain chaos. You don't argue with delusion. You don't try to convince someone you're done when your silence already said it all. What do you do instead? You transmute. You alchemize. You turn that uncomfortable obsession into a lesson and then turn the page. And just when you think that's enough drama for the week, boom, here comes the universe, slipping a golden opportunity onto your plate. And of course, in true Sagittarius fashion, your first instinct might be to say, thanks, but I'm too busy soul searching. But let me stop you right there. This offer? It's not your average side gig. We're talking big potential here, maybe legal documents, international contracts, visa approvals. The kind of opportunity that whispers, hey, want to level up your entire life. Sure, it might feel too good to be true. But spoiler alert, it's not luck. It's alignment. This is what happens when you stop chasing things and start allowing them to come to you. Financial stability, career growth, and grounded prosperity are all within reach, not because you begged for them, but because you finally let go of what was draining you. And that, Sagittarius, is what I call the art of getting everything by needing nothing. So don't brush this off. Sit with it. Read the fine print. Ask the questions. But don't let your fear of commitment or your love of impulsive freedom block the blessings that are trying to land. After all, you've done the inner work. Now it's time to let the outer rewards catch up. Romance, reunions, and radiant glow. UPS. Oh my. Sagittarius, this part of your week is reading like a spicy novel wrapped in cosmic glitter, and honestly, I'm here for it. Let's start with what's heating up, and no, I'm not talking about global temperatures, though you may want to keep a fan nearby. I'm talking about passion, desire, The kind of intimate connection that sneaks up on you when you thought you were just out here living your best independent life. That casual fling? The one you swore was just for fun? Well, spoiler alert, someone caught feelings and it might not be just them. Whether it's the late night convos, the shared playlists, or that weird telepathic connection that makes you both text thinking of you, at the same time this week, something is deepening. And if you're partnered, this is your golden window to reignite the flame. Don't overthink it. Light the candles. Have the talk. Rekindle the chemistry. You're not just in a relationship, you're in a season of rediscovery. And for my solo Sagittarius tribe, buckle up. Because the stars are giving casual encounters with karmic consequences. A little flirtation could turn into something soulful, something magnetic, something that makes your archer heart skip a beat. You're not just attracting attention, you're pulling in people who feel like they've known you in another life. And who knows? Maybe they have. Past life lover in aisle 5. Now, speaking of people from the past, yes, it's reunion time. But this isn't your average high school flashback. This is the kind of week where you get invited to a gathering and end up clinking glasses with someone you haven't seen in years, maybe an old flame, maybe a long-lost friend, maybe that weird neighbor who borrowed your lawn chair in 2009 and never returned it. Either way, it's giving nostalgia meets destiny. You'll find yourself toasting something beautiful, a recent success, a family celebration, or maybe just the sweet realization of how far you've come and how much more aligned you feel now. Which is more than most therapy sessions can offer. And let's not forget the star of the show, you. Sagittarius, you're glowing. And no, it's not just your moisturizer finally doing its job. This is spiritual radiance. Whether you've been hitting the gym, starting a wellness routine, or just setting boundaries like a boss, you're turning heads without even trying. The Queen of Wands energy is fully activated, meaning you're magnetic, charismatic, and maybe just a little bit irresistible. People don't just see you, they feel you. Your vibe is the invitation. So go ahead, take the selfie. Accept the invite. Say yes to the slow dance and the deep conversation. The universe is putting you front and center, not just to be admired, but to be truly seen. When the World card shows up in a Sagittarius reading, it's not a whisper, it's a cosmic megaphone. And trust me, as someone who's spent decades mapping the skies, decoding archetypes, and sipping spiritual tea with everything from Carl Jung to the Dhammapada, I can tell you this: when this card lands, everything changes. This isn't just a chapter closing. This is you turning the final page of a whole book, setting it gently on the shelf, and reaching for something bigger, bolder, written entirely in your soul's native language. You've outgrown a version of your life, and now it's time to upgrade. For some of you, that might look like a literal move, packing boxes, crossing state lines, maybe even booking a one-way ticket across the ocean. Others may feel the call to shift careers, finish a major project, or finally get that diploma that's been spiritually waiting on your name. Whatever it is, it's a full circle moment. But here's the twist: it doesn't feel like an ending. It feels like expansion. This is the year of triumph, Sagittarius. And triumph doesn't always look like fireworks, it often starts quietly, in the soft click of a decision made with conviction. You're no longer chasing experiences that keep you small. You're seeking alignment, truth, meaning. And the universe is responding by opening doors you didn't even know existed. Now let's talk about those DMs. Oh yes, your inbox might get a little interesting this week. Someone possibly from a different country, time zone, or even belief system has been quietly orbiting your online presence. They feel the pull. You're radiating that magnetic Queen of Wands meets digital philosopher energy, and trust me, people notice. This could be the beginning of a cross-cultural romance or simply a meaningful connection that expands your worldview. Either way, Don't shrink your truth. But as always, wrap your words in grace. Sagittarius, honesty can burn bridges or build temples, it all depends on the tone. And while you're out here navigating worldly change and online flirtation, the ancestors have a few things to say. Their message is crystal clear: you're entering a sacred portal of transformation. You've shed so much. People, patterns, outdated belief systems. And now? You're being asked to trust that what's next will honor who you're becoming, not who you used to be. Look beyond the surface, they whisper. Let go of what's outgrown you. And perhaps most importantly, you are far more gifted than you've realized. Don't take these messages lightly. They're not just poetic, they're practical. This week, you're being invited to step fully into your power, no masks, no hesitation. Just truth. And finally, your angels are weighing in with a final download. Abundance is on its way, but it only sticks around if you believe you're worthy of it. This isn't about hustle or luck. This is about frequency. When you stop begging the universe and start partnering with it, magic happens. Want help with your finances, clarity on your purpose, or healing in your relationships? Ask. Your guides are listening. But they can't help you if you're too proud to admit you want support. Humility is holy, Sagittarius. Wear your lucky colors this week: yellow for joy, sky blue for peace, mint green for renewal, and burgundy for grounded strength. Your lucky numbers: 3, 6, 7, 12, 15, 21, 42, 43. Pay attention to where they show up. You may also notice important interactions with air signs, Capricorn, Pisces, or fellow fire sign kin. These connections will either challenge you to grow or reflect your evolution back to you. So what's the takeaway, dear Sagittarius? You're not just surviving this week, you're remastering it. You've earned the peace you're beginning to feel. You've earned the opportunities now knocking at your door. And more than anything, you've earned the right to enjoy your life without guilt, fear, or apology. So dance a little more. Laugh louder. Say yes to love, to adventure, to rest. And while you're at it, take a moment to support this sacred space we're building together. Like this video, share it with a fellow truth seeker, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel Zodiac Talks Tarot. Every click, every comment, every share is a vote for conscious, empowered astrology. Because here, we don't chase fate, we align with it. And in the year of triumph 2025, alignment is everything. See you in the next cosmic check-in, Sagittarius. Until then, live boldly, love deeply, and remember, the stars are always talking. You just have to listen.